have an account with them to save, just to own your own house. Even microfinance bank. Some microfinance bank around Uyo here, I know they have products that you save with them for like 3 years, 5 years, and you'll be able to have some loans to build your own house. Then we build trust. The trust that we build in the microfinance bank is the license we gave them. Some other people go around to collect money and say, give me money, I will save it, I will invest it, and I will turn it around and give to you. But those people can walk away. You can decide to be putting your small, small savings with an Ajo person. The Ajo person can walk away. Me, I don't save with Ajo. I saved with Ajo and I said I will take that money in December. The man did not plan it. In November, the man died. The man that was collecting the Ajo, he died. And the family did not deny that. But come today, come tomorrow. Come today, come tomorrow. You work tire. You go and rest. If that money is being saved in a microfinance bank, the worst that can happen is maybe this MD don't retire. They bring another MD. Or the operation officer don't go. They bring another person. So long as it is in that microfinance bank, your money will be safe. And the license that CBN gives them is what gives them the right to come to you. And it reduces exclusion. We are talking about financial inclusion. Most people do not have access. Most people no fit enter inside Zenith Bank. You know, if you enter inside Fidelity, you know, if you enter inside UBA. But you can walk into a microfinance bank. With 50 naira, you feel open account with microfinance bank. With 100 naira, you feel open account with microfinance bank. As little as your business is, somebody where they trade granite, a tray of granite that is what the total is worth 2,000 naira, can open an account with microfinance bank and begin to grow that business. If you grow the business that it starts running into millions, then you can decide to migrate to the big banks. This access to microloans, people in this state, I know of a program these states have done. I know of a program these states have done that they called some microfinance bank and gave them money and said, we want to improve the life of our people. They can't give it to you. They have to give it to a financial institution they trust. And they give it to institutions that are licensed by the CBN. Most oftentimes, they use the microfinance banks. You have access to microloans. A microloan, a loan that you can use for your small business, 500,000 naira, that is a microloan. They know they tell you to bring your great-grandfather's hair. They know they tell you to go sell your house and bring documents. They know they tell you to go bring a collateral. You don't need any collateral. The only thing you need is to have an account where you don't run. Let's say you don't run the account for 1 month. They see say every day, maybe you brought in 1,000 every day, or that you bring in 5,000 every week. When you ask them for a microloan, they will look at what you have done in that activity, and they will tell you this is the amount that you can access as microloan. And it's not easy to grow your business. You know, our society, we're very, very rich. It is not every family that have that person where you go say, my uncle will give me money, or my auntie or my me money. If you have an account with microfinance bank, it will help you rather than running pillar to post, looking for a way to increase your business. So we want to talk about the notable achievement CBN has done in driving financial inclusion in this our local communities. Uyo, let me talk about around Uyo. We have more than 10 microfinance. It's not that you don't see them around available. Gradually, the number has increased. In the whole of we have about 789 microfinance banks that are existing as at today. And in Uyo here, we have more than 10. I have names of the ones that I can tell you that are, you know, Uyo here, that drives these savings, loans, and payments. Then affordable housing access. Some of the institutions too have helped people to get their houses. When you go to microfinance banks to look at their books, we see that it is mostly the people that collect the loan are mostly maybe people that are teachers or people that work for government in one way or the other. But that's not the aim. It's not the objective. It is for everybody. You, when of it maybe built in or some estates, all those prime estates, but you can build in your father's house. You have the land. You have the space to erase something for yourself. And what you are doing is maybe you are trading or you are a farmer. You can access a housing loan from a microfinance bank. It's not for only people where they collect salary. Even people that are doing their businesses access. What they need is to see activity in that account that are using something. And we have recorded several progress in the microfinance bank sector for affordable housing. So how do CBN support financial inclusion? I have talked about rural MFB licensing. People that wants to open microfinance bank inside the rural areas, they give them ear than people that want to open it in Lagos, that wants to open it in Abuja. If you see investors, a group of investors here now, or people from your community that maybe lives abroad and they want to improve the life of their people, and they say they want to open a microfinance bank in Eket or in Oron, CBN will give them ear first before anybody that wants to open it in Abuja and Lagos. There are digital services. It is not before where you have a very big phone before you can do your operations. Most of the microfinance bank, they have USSD code. So even with your balasa, you can use it to do transactions. Those are the channels that CBN has done to improve financial inclusion. Agent banking, consumer protection. You see people make complaint, see how they debited their account. You complain, CBN follows up to make sure that the customer is treated well. So in conclusion, just to open your eyes to what you have as a right. Because some people do this business. You see a lot of people that goes round, they come to your shop, they open a account, it's account with you. And every day you are saving money with them. You collect loan from them to also build your own business and improve your life. You have not actually you have not actually benefited. It is not just to save. You are saving to increase your investments. You are saving to increase your business. When you go abroad, this microfinance bank, it came from Bangladesh, a country too that is well noted for poverty, just as our nation, Nigeria. But microfinancing was what helped that country, even in India. Most of us, our people, we feel shy to collect loan. It is your right. Abroad, nobody they carry cash go buy anything. They know they buy anything. Come out cash, buy anything. If I want to buy this phone abroad, I will pay for 1 year. If I want to buy radio abroad, I feel pay for 18 months. So it is your right. Go to any of the MFBs. If you have not been banking with them, go to them and open an account with them. Be sure you have to just be careful. Make una remember the time of Omana. You know, this period, CBN has made it very easy that you can know if this bank is actually licensed by them. If these people has the authority, the license to go and collect money from people in the name of that they want to improve your business or that they want to improve your life. So these are all the things that CBN has done. So we hope to see activities among my sisters that are selling granules, among my sisters that are doing one business or the other. These days, people that are doing spices, people that are doing hair, people that are doing tie and dye, people that are tailors. I used to see people, they sew very well. They will say they don't get money to buy machine. It shouldn't be so. We are bringing it to you now that this is a right, something that you are supposed to have. Walk up to any microfinance bank, make inquiry around you. You will see one microfinance bank or the other that you can. Don't say, I don't have what it takes to go to Zenith. I don't have what it takes to go to UBA. Walk into any microfinance bank and start your banking and enjoy the benefits today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Okonkwo Ijoma. Please, a round of applause for her once again. Okay, if you have a question, let me see your hand. We're not taking questions, I know. If you have a question, let me see your hand. That's you overthought. I can see a few hands. Oh yeah, write it down. Write down your question so that she will take it. I'm telling you now so that you will not forget it later. Okay, again, before we call the next person, she said, how many of you here before now knew that if you want to build house, you can go to microfinance bank? Let me see your hand. You knew before. You knew before. We did not know. So that means we have all learned something new. So can we give her a round of applause again? Thank you very much. We will take another presentation. Somebody else is going to come and talk to us on payments system from the Payment System Policy Department. Please put your hands together and welcome Anado Tule to come and make her presentation on payment system policy.
Okay. Back and forth. I said I should go. Okay.
This is forward.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to be talking about the Nigerian payment system. The theme of this fair is driving alternative payment channels as a as
So the next now say you get the right to consumer education. Your bank supposed to educate you from time to time. If they see say one particular fraud scheme don't they come up, they supposed to educate you so that you go free protect yourself. And I know say now they notice say when our banks they send you text messages from time to time. They send you a message say don't give out your PIN to anybody. Don't give out your BVN to anybody. Now waiting with say maybe they do with that. Maybe they educate you from time to time so that you go feel make correct decisions. The next time say you get the right to confidentiality. Your bank not supposed to give your information to anybody. Except say you permit them, may they give that person that information. Your bank not supposed to give anybody your information. And except say maybe you don't go and then maybe law enforcement they say maybe police don't call them say Mona give us this person information we they find them. That are the only time where they allowed to give your information. You get the right to confidentiality. The next we say you get the right to redress. You get the right to complain. If they don't do it you know like you get the right to complain. And the first thing when you supposed to do be say you supposed first complain, give them. Say, una don't do it and no like, oh, me una see, me una see, me una see. Me una can't give them time, may they resolve them. If they no can't resolve them, then you feel report to the Central Bank of Nigeria. The next we say you get the right to be treated fairly. You have the right to be treated fairly. No matter how much you get for inside your bank account, your bank supposed to treat you fairly. Plus person will get 5,000 naira. Plus person will get 1 million. Plus person will get 2 million. Your bank supposed to treat you now the same way, fairly. If this person no like waiting, the bank don't do he get the right to complain. Your bank supposed to treat you fairly. I dey always give one example. Why the bank no only go meet people who get 1 billion, 2 billion, make they come open bank account? Why they no go meet only those people they go open bank accounts? The reason be say, even person will get 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 for inside the bank, for inside the account, it is very important to that bank too. So you have the right to be treated fairly. So now I don't tell you about your rights. And I'm waiting your bank supposed they do for you. I won't tell you your responsibilities now. I won't tell you now una responsibilities. The things where una supposed they do. Number one, it no dey enough make your bank tell you something, make you take them, and you no understand them. You need make sure say you understand what in your bank they tell you. Maybe the language where they deform, where you they feel, no, you no understand that language. Tell them, say, I beg, I want make person come translate this thing, give me, so that I go feel understand them well before I go make my own decision. You know, say they talk something, they will say ignorance is not an excuse in the eyes of the law. You know, if Kasala boss today, you know, if you talk, say, I don't understand when they give me this form, but they tell you, say, Ebi, you sign, see your signature for here. So, Mona make sure, say, una they read the terms and the conditions of anything where una they sign. If you want collect loan, any loan where you want collect, read all the paper, finish before you sign. Because if you don't put your signature for something, you they try talk, say you understand waiting you they sign. And if any problem happen after, nothing way anybody go fit do for you because say you don't sign that thing and you don't already tell them say you understand waiting you they sign. Number two, we say you get the duty to meet any obligations where you don't sign. If you tell your bank, say, okay, at the end of each month, for this loan, I go they pay back 50,000 naira. Make sure, say, you pay back that money. You get what some people they do. They know say bank go collect their this thing back from them every month. Maybe they don't collect loan of 1 million, for example. And bank suppose they deduct 20,000 naira from them every month. They know say their salary go enter on 21st. And then the bank supposed come out that money on the 22nd. So our salary just hits the account 21st, beam, they will just come out all the money. So that the bank no go meet any money for inside that account. It no good. And waiting we don't do now be say, you know, say that your BVN where you get, all the bank accounts where you get for Nigeria, now one BVN, now you hold all of them together. Now we don't tell the banks, say if you they owe bank A, and then you get money for inside bank B, we go come out money from that bank B to settle bank A, just to make sure, say, you do your duty and your obligations. So, Mona, make sure, say, anything where you don't put your hand, sign, make sure, say, you do what you talk, say, you go do. The next one be, say, you get the duty to protect all your financial instruments. Your financial instruments, your phone now, your financial instruments, because, say, we they do USSD with our phone. You they do mobile bank. Your phone now, a financial instrument. You're supposed to protect your phone. And one thing where you feel to be say, you feel put SIM lock on top your SIM. So that if they thief your phone today and they come out the SIM, put on for inside another phone, they no go feel use USSD, straight wire money come out from your account. When you make sure, say, you protect your phone, protect your SIM. And another thing where you feel be say, no share your details with anybody. No give your PIN to anybody. Because departments where me I did, we don't see different issues. Again, one woman will come one day, she say, oh, I just sit down for house, they come out money from inside my account. I don't know who they come out this money. We can't ask the bank. We say, okay, Mona, show us the bank statement of this person. So when they show us the bank statement, we see say now ATM they use come out the money from the person account. Now ATM transaction. We call the bank. We tell the bank, say, okay, Mona, give us the camera footage of that day where they come out money from inside the account. The bank give us the camera footage, the video. We watch them, we see who do them. We can't call the woman, we say, you sabi this person? She say, yes, now my son be this. And she say, okay, now my son. We say, no, wahala, now make we carry him go police station. She say, no, we no want to do again. You don't turn family matter, we know they do again. So make sure, say, you keep your PIN very safe. Don't share your PIN with anybody. Your BVN, very important. No give on to anybody. It gets some people now where we say they thief people NIN. Go use on the open bank account. Come collect loan on top of them. No share your BVN with anybody. No share your NIN with anybody. Those informations, they're very, very important. So another of your duty be say, you get the duty to provide accurate information. Anytime where you feel any form give any regulated institution, make sure say the information where you they give them they correct. You don't need lie about your date of birth. You get some people now, they come our office now, come say they want update their BVN because the date of birth where they first put when they been the register now fake date of birth. Now they want correct them with their NIN now. Problem. So any form where you they feel, make sure say you they give accurate information, no lie about any of your information. If you change address, you suppose go your bank, tell them say I don't change address, so I want update my account. If you change phone number, because another thing where they happen again, I say, say some people they go change phone number, so the mobile network operator go give that phone number to another person. Una know say they happen. So when they give that phone number to another person, all the alerts where me, for example, maybe I change my mobile number and that number now they don't give another person. If I go do any transaction, all my alerts, now that person will get the new number, go they see them now because I never update my bank account. So me una make sure say if una change mobile number, me una go bank, go update that mobile number. Because the new person will get that number now, you don't know the kind mind where that person gets. The person if you use that number now, take the common money from inside your account. So Mona make sure say una they update una account. Then if una notice any fraud or any error for una account, Mona report. I they always ask people, as we sit down for here now, you see a lot of 10 million for your account, what you go do? I don't see person mad, person say I go chop them. That money where you they chop now, they feel spend more money, take collect that money back from you. Mona make sure say if you get any credit alerts where you know they expect, Mona report. We don't see different cases where we say, again one man will come our office too one day when he come report. He said they don't block him BVN. Say he won't make we help him open the BVN. We can't investigate him. We can't see say one kidnapping be happen one time and then they use your account, take wire money. So it just be like say they collect person account number. They can't kidnap person, the ransom, they pay them into your account. And then they can't come out the money after they pay them inside the account. When police, be law enforcement, they check this thing. You, when you get the credit alerts where you know report, they go say you did part of the people who commit the offense. So if you get any credit alerts where you know they expect at all for inside your account, make sure say you report, give the bank, so that you know they will enter problem where we say you know go fit come off from. So what if it happen if you don't meet your financial obligation? For example, if you collect loan and you no fee pay back, your bank fee collect collateral from you. So if your bank too no meet their own obligations, okay, the first thing where you suppose do now say, for example, maybe you day your house and then you they see debit alert where you no expect. Make sure say you first report give your bank. That are the first thing where you supposed to do. Report give your bank. Number two be say collect reference number from your bank. Say you don't report give them because we they see thousands of complaints every day. And the first thing we would they check now say, shey this person don't already tell the bank wetin happen. Mona make sure say una tell the bank wetin happen, then Mona collect reference number from the bank. Then number three, we say Mona give the bank time, may they resolve the issue. Mona give them time, may they resolve the issue. Then if they no fit resolve them, make una report give CPD. Our email cpd@cbn.gov.ng. Email na cpd@cbn.gov.ng. And if you know say you send email, write letter. You know say CBN branch they all the states for Nigeria. Write the letter, carry them go any of the branches. They go send down to us and then we go see how we go resolve them. And then I don't already talk about some of these things. How you go make sure say you no fall prey to fraud and to scam. So the first step now say keep your PIN secret. I don't talk that one before. Set limits on your account. If you know say you know they collect past 100,000 naira for your account, tell your bank say I know they collect past 100,000 naira. So that anytime where maybe something won't happen, they won't carry past that money where you set. You know go. Next, we say any phone call where they call you to ask for your information, no trust that phone call. No give anybody your PIN over the phone. No give anybody the numbers waiting on top your card. Those numbers, they're very, very important. Then the next we say make you protect your BVN and your card. Keep your card and your PIN separate. For people who know they quick remember PIN, you get some people who say that they write their PIN for inside paper. That is no good though, but just make sure say make the card and that PIN where you write no they the same place so that if they thief them, they no go get access to your account. So I don't already talk this one before. Say make you put SIM lock for your SIM. Then block your ATM if you go ATM point where you go withdraw money. Because we don't get cases where we say people go ATM, go withdraw money. You get like 3 people where they beside them, just they there, they try help them. And because now elderly man. So as they try help them, now in this exchanging card, you don't know when they exchange the card. And when he can't complain, he talks, say, oh, they come on money from inside my account. And when we show him the video, we say, waiting these 3 men been they tell you for the ATM point. He said they try help me. We can't ask him. She is supposed to allow me people to help you for ATM. If you go ATM, not allow me anybody help you. And if your card don't already enter, maybe the ATM don't swallow your card, make sure say you block that card before you come up for there. So that story no go enter. All our banks, they get different codes where we fit dial to block our card. More will make sure say we know those codes so that we go fit block our card anytime where anything happen. May we make sure say we keep receipts. Any transaction where you do, keep the receipt. I use POS, it decline, they debit me, keep the receipt. So that when you want complain, you go feel use that receipt. So the different ways where you feel use complain, you feel use letter, you feel use email, you feel waka go your bank, go complain. You feel use website, you feel use mobile application. Some banks now they do social media, you feel use social media, and then you feel use phone. So I go just hand for here just to tell us how we go fit complain effectively. Because we they see hundreds of complaints daily. And we know like as some people they use write letter anytime where they write to us. They go to tell us stories we no follow. So may we make sure say your complaint they very clear. I go ATM, they come out money from they come out so amount for my account on this day, and this na my account number. Shikena will go trace them. No be say you go to tell us the color of the clothes where you wear that day when you go to the ATM. We no need that information. May you give us short information where we say we go feel read them quick. Take know how we go use help you. The next now say may your complaint get your name. May your complaint get your phone number so that if we won't call you, ask for more information. May your complaint get your email. Then if you get email, then you make sure say you talk the name of the bank where the matter happened. And then may you give us the account number. Then tell us the day where the matter happened. And then tell us the amount where you they talk about. Then may you attach any relevant evidence, any receipt where you get. Make sure say you attach the receipt. So my colleagues don't already talk about financial inclusion already and the things where would they do on financial inclusion. So I go leave us with this final note. So as consumers of financial institutions, we get rights and we get responsibilities. I want may we understand our responsibilities so that we go feel enjoy our rights from all these financial institutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was well delivered. I'm sure we would all agree. Thank you, Mr. Femi Fakeye, for that insightful presentation. Okay, so he mentioned many things. The one that is in sweet me past. Now the things the way supposed day our complain. I like to complain. Complain good. Okay, so what are the things? Chorus answer. What are just name one of the things that must be there when you are complaining? Number one, your name. Number two, your phone number. Number three, sir, the date. Number four, The bank. Thank you. Number 5. The amount. Number 6. I know you had that one. Evidence. Correct. Girl. Thank you very much. A round of applause, please, for yourselves. All right. We'll move on to Monetary Policy Department, and to take that would be Dr. Lukman Jimo. A round of applause for him, please, as he makes his presentation.
Yeah, sure. Good afternoon, everybody. My presentation will be on monetary policy formulation and implementation in Nigeria. This is the outline of the presentation. The objectives of the presentation is generally in two folds. One is to enhance public knowledge, make people understand what we they talk about when we say monetary policy. And secondly, for us to also know what how we can engage with monetary policy. That is to say, make people understand their responsibility and their roles when they hear anything with the talk about interest rates and money. Uh, you remember one of my colleagues that came up earlier talk about you going to the bank to borrow money. Yes, it's one of your rights to borrow money when you need and for the bank to lend money to you. And another of my colleagues also mentioned that you can also make investments with banks. There's one important element in these two things, and it is called interest rate. Uh, if you go to a bank to borrow, the bank must get something from borrowing you the money or lending the money to you. And when you go to make an investment, the reason why you go make investment now because you too, they expect say you want to make some profit, some gain from that investment. So that gain that you are expecting or that you have to pay in both ways is interest rate. And this is one of the things that we determine when we dey talk about monetary policy. So what be monetary policy? Monetary policy na action wey we dey take as central bank to regulate or control how much money dey inside system. For example, if you have too much money in the system, everybody, let's say every individual in Nigeria has at least 1 billion naira or 1 trillion naira in his account. Money becomes useless, it becomes valueless. We don't want that because we want our naira to be strong. The other extreme of that is if you go out to withdraw money from the bank or to make transfer and there is no money at all anywhere. That is also not good because you need to create a balance where it is not too hot and it is not too cold. You did that middle where everything they enjoyable. So that is the monetary policy. If it dey too hot, problem plenty. If it dey too cold, wahala plenty. So you want to have something in economics we call equilibrium, a level where things no go dey bad and everybody must carry out their economic activities without encountering problems. Wetin be the goals that monetary policy wan achieve? Why do we need to even do this? We can just leave everything. Why do you need to take actions to ensure that you have an equilibrium level of money supply in the system. One of the reasons is that we have to ensure that the economy dey healthy. Wetin we dey talk about health of the economy is that when people wan do work, they can find work to do. People wey dey do business, their business grow. When you wan go market go buy something, not be the one wey you go market, something you buy for 100 naira yesterday, you go market, somebody tell you say today na 2,000 naira. You can predict, you go fit predict say price go still dey within this normal level. So in that case, we say that you have a stable economy, a healthy economy, and that is the responsibility of monetary policy. You want prices to remain stable. You want the external environment, which we talk about it, is essentially the naira gets the value. The places where you get inflows from through your exports. When you produce things from Nigeria, sell to people abroad, you earn money. When you want to buy things from people that are producing abroad, it is that same money you will use to buy those things. So you want to ensure that you have an external environment where people are producing and earning money both locally and in foreign currency, so that when you want to buy or demand, you have enough resources to do that. Then you ultimately, what all of this thing is trying to do is to ensure that there is growth in the output, in the production. Most people, when they produce things, when they do buying and selling, they just look at what they are doing on their own. Wetin you dey do as a producer, as a farmer, wetin you dey do as a seller, you are contributing to the economy of the country. And if everybody is contributing in this way, that is when we will say the economy dey grow. There is growth in the economy. So everything we're doing in monetary policy is to ensure that that small activity where you think you dey do alone, or where you dey do for your farm, where you dey do for your factory, it is supported and you are able to carry it out without any trouble. That way you can employ people. That way you can also grow in your business, and the economy generally will also grow. So monetary policy and the economy, how does it affect us? How does monetary policy affect us? They say monetary policy is everyone's business. If you say you don't understand monetary policy, that one no concern monetary policy, it will still affect you. If you say you don't know what monetary policy be, it will still affect you, either you like it or not. So you are better off to understand what is happening, what is going on, so that you know how it affects you, and then you can prepare yourself to take advantage of opportunity that comes out of it and protect yourself from the risk. As a household, monetary policy can impact your borrowing cost. For example, you are a trader. You go to that microfinance bank to borrow money. Your friend don't tell you, say, that microfinance bank, if you go there, 10%, then they give people money. Oh. So you are going to that bank with the intention of going to borrow at 10% rate. Only for you to get to the bank and they say, interest rate now is 20%. That will affect your plans. So monetary policy is what we use to regulate this kind of a thing, and it can affect what you are able to do or not in terms of your lending. It also affects your savings, because the reason you're saving is because you also want to gain some benefit, and it affects the benefit you get from your savings. It affects the prices of goods and services in the market. And it also affects your income levels, among other things. As businesses, monetary policy not only affects your borrowing cost, it can also affect how people they buy your product. If you produce plenty things and nobody get money to buy, That is also not good. So part of what we do is to ensure that when you finish that your production, when you finish that your farming, people get money to fit buy. It affects your ability to export. It affects wages. It also affects government. Monetary policy affects government because governments also borrow. And whatever we do determine whether the cost of borrowing for government will go up or go down. And the investment capacity, the spending capacity of government, all these things we do affect them. So it is very important for everybody to understand what we dey talk about when we talk about monetary policy. I know a lot of time you turn on your TV and you will hear say the MPC of the central bank met. MPC is the Monetary Policy Committee, and the following decision had been taken. A lot of us will find it very difficult to understand what we're talking about in those decisions. And for you being here today, I'll try and explain some of those things so that when we're talking about them, you can understand, you can relate it to what you are doing personally. Okay, so in doing monetary policy, it gets some instruments where we they use. Some of the instruments where we they use, 5 minutes, okay. Some of the instruments where we they use to conduct monetary policy are the following. We have what we call the monetary policy rate. The monetary policy rate is the benchmark interest rate. That's the rates where the central bank they give bank. Say if the bank won't come, central bank come borrow money from us, this is the rate we go give them. It is from that rate that the banks too will use to determine the rate they will give you as an individual when you go to the bank to borrow. So this is very important and is one of the most important instruments we use. Another instrument we use is the corridor. We have what we call the interest rate corridor. That is the difference between if the bank is coming to borrow from us as a central bank or is coming to deposit to us as a central bank. If it's borrowing from us, we give them a rate. If it's depositing money to us, we give a rate. So the difference is what we call the corridor. And inside that corridor, it is the rate where the banks can also lend to people. So we have the one we call open market operation. That one, when we see say money don't too plenty for system, we go tell people say bring your money, come and invest. We'll give you some rate so that we can remove the money from the system before it go start to affect the prices of goods and services in the market. And then we have cash reserve ratio. Any amount you deposit for bank, we will tell the bank to bring part of it and keep for central bank. So that if any problem happens, we are still holding part of the money. It's not all the money that is with the bank. And then we have the one we call the liquidity ratio, which we use to ensure that bank don't lend out too much. Like bank no carry all their money, go borrow people. So that when the depositors come and say they want to withdraw money, they will say they don't have money. So in order for that not to happen, we will give them this liquidity ratio. Say, and you must keep so amount as liquid, so that anytime anybody won't collect the money, that money must be available. So how do we carry out monetary policy? Monetary policy is a product of law. The constitution or the law of Nigeria say that we must do monetary policy. So everything we do under monetary policy is guided by that law. Then we have framework that we use. One of the framework is we call it monetary targeting, which is what we use now, which is to control the amount of money in the system so that it doesn't go beyond a certain level and create, which is what we are moving to. And what that does is to tell people, say we know they expect price to go to increase beyond this level or to decrease beyond this level. So that if you go market, somebody won't give you high price, you can tell the person, say, no, I no go agree. The person will not even give you because he already know that we are trying to control how the price will be. Okay, so I think I talk about some of these. So what are the challenges we face doing monetary policy? There's something we call cost of liquidity management. Because if we are mopping money, we say money with the system too much, we want to withdraw some of it so that it doesn't start to affect the prices. There is a cost that the central bank pays on that. So that is the issue we have with cost. In terms of fiscal dominance, there are a lot of activities that happen, especially from the government, where they will just pump in money into the system or withdraw money from the system without informing us. That can also affect how we do our business. Structural rigidities, absence of high frequency data. Data is very important. Like the survey they are giving you, it's very, very important. We need those data to be able to determine what is the right thing to do or not. Um, there are uncertainties in the economy. There are things that will happen in the economy that nobody will expect. Like COVID, for example, when it happened, it's not something that we were expecting, but we still need to manage it and ensure that monetary policy does not create problems for businesses within that uncertainty. Then if the decisions we take, it takes time before that decision will affect what happened in the market. So we need to understand this. Also, we have a lot of businesses in Nigeria that are not registered. They are operating in the informal sector. So we need to find a way to encourage people to register so that whatever decision we're taking, your data is taken into consideration. Then the way forward, what are the things we need to do better to mitigate challenges? One of it is we have to be open. We have to be, central bank as an institution needs to be open to you so that we'll tell you everything. Yes? So that when you are taking a decision, you are taking that decision from the point of knowledge. And also related to this is communication, which is what we are doing now. We need to communicate to the public, to let the public know what we are doing, how what we are doing is affecting you, and also get feedback from the public so that whatever decision we're taking, it is based on our understanding of the public who is the end user of our policy. Then we need to coordinate more. We need to have a committed numerical target where we say, in terms of price, we don't want make price go up more than this level, so that everybody in the economy will understand. Say anything I'm doing, I should make sure that I protect how this price will move. Also, we need to also ensure that we have operational independence such that we can use our instrument to guide policy without any interference. Policy is supposed to be determined by data, not by political will or whatever. It's supposed to be what the people need, not what one individual wants. Uh, then we need, through all of this, we can build credibility. So that when we tell you, say we want to do something, everybody go believe. Say central bank don't talk, say they won't do this thing, and they will do it. So designing policy that thrive even in uncertainties and improving financial inclusion and level of monetary policy transmission. So all of these are activities we are doing to ensure that you have a better understanding and you can also effectively partake in protecting yourself and taking advantage of opportunities that are presented by activities of our monetary policy actions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jimo, for that presentation. A round of applause for him once again. All right, pleased to recognize the presence of the DGM of Zenith Bank, Dr. Asuko Ita, who's here present. Thank you for joining us. And also the AGM of Zenith Bank, Mrs. Dorcas Jackson. Please clap for them, give them a warm welcome. Thank you for making it. We're glad that you could make it and be part of today's presentations. Okay, we have one more presentation to go. I hope we're taking down our questions because after the last presentation, we will open the floodgates for all our questions. We are ready. The team is ready to answer your questions. Okay, to take the last presentation from the Currency Operations and Branch Management Department, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Paul Onoha. A round of applause, please, for him as he comes forward.
Things happen in life, and most times we pray the good ones happen to us. I say, may good things happen to you. May good things happen to you. May good things happen to you. But that wasn't the case of Grace, a 28 years old lady who was so beautiful that her friends call her Achalugo. She was so beautiful that she got married at the age of 22 years old. 5 years into the wedding, the husband died. Despite all efforts by the church members and the communities, he lost his life in an accident. Her heaven got loose. Her life got almost crashed because the only man who loved her so much passed away. And the most funny thing, or difficult thing was that they had two children, 2 years old and 9-month-old baby. The lady cried and cried and cried because she was so young. And she felt her world had crashed completely. How would she take care of her two children? How would she take care of them and make them become somebody in the nearest future? And lo and behold, when help was not forthcoming, she picked up a job in a bakery and started working with them. You can imagine what she passed through. Started cleaning the pan of the bread just to make life meaningful, not just for her, but for her two children. Don't forget, 2 years old boy and 9-month-old boy. A young widow at 22 years old. But faith smiled on her one day when someone who have known the old man for a very long time gave her 200,000 naira to start a short business with. Is that a business? A raw food item business, actually. And she was making sales. And now she could afford to buy Pampers for the 9-month-old baby. And she could afford to buy a little food for the 2-year-old baby. And life was beginning to take a bit of meaning, even though they were struggling to have 3 square meals. And on this very fateful day, she made a huge sale that she sold everything she had in her store. And somebody came over and paid Grace over 300,000 naira cash. And Grace felt, now my heavens are open. As many will pray and say, let my heaven get open. And she felt her heavens were open. She never knew her affliction was coming again the second time. Until she went back to the market to restock. And the supplier returned the whole money back to Grace. And the man said, Grace, all the notes you brought to me were nothing but counterfeited notes. And Grace went down flat again. And he said, God, again? In other words, Grace lost everything, both the capital and the profit she made from that business. And she said, but nobody told me how to differentiate between the genuine note and the counterfeit note. Ladies and gentlemen, We have many grace there at the center. In the northern part of Nigeria, there are grace. Southern part, there are grace. In the eastern part of Nigeria, there are grace. And the western part, we have many grace who are falling victim to counterfeit notes because of ignorance of the features of our banknotes. The price of ignorance hurt us all. It hurts your business and it hurts Nigerian economy. And I want to say, welcome as I take you through my presentation on the currency operation department, and I say, know your Naira. Can you please move to the next slide? Now, know your Naira. Grace lost everything because you could not differentiate between the genuine and the counterfeit note. And there are many of us here, there are many grace in this of today who could not also differentiate between genuine and counterfeit note. And there's a need for you to differentiate. In the Central Bank of Nigeria, we have everything it takes to differentiate between genuine and counterfeit note. We have a forensic analysis where we analyze every banknote in circulation. And also we want people to know this because we do not want you to pay a huge price of ignorance that can hurt your business, especially as we are drawing to Christmas period and the gentlemen and ladies outside there, probably in dreadlock or not, are trying to have a dirty December. And on that note, I'll bring 4 people here. Permit me, I'm going to be switching between English and Pidgin now, okay? I'll bring 4 people here. 2 corp members, please. 2 corp members. A guy, yeah, that's my brother with BS. I like your BS. Can you please come? Yeah, exactly. I better come. A lady, let the lady volunteer. A lady, a corp member, a lady. Yeah, the first one there. Yeah, please come. A businessman. One businessman. One businessman. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please clap for them as they are coming. It's not easy. I better clap now. No beef them. Still clap. No beef. Clap. One more person from this side. Somebody on tie. I want somebody on tie to represent the corporate world. Why am I feeling my spirit is talking to you? Yes. My spirit is telling me something about you. Oh my God. Can you please clap for him? We want to do something. We are going to present together. I like your BSO. Can I train my own to look like this? Okay, good. Now I'm going to give you banknotes. This is my note. Before you go collect, all of us with the hustle. I will give you banknotes. So we look at it together. No hurry. You go around, no hurry. But okay, now 200 finish your side. Now I can't look. Just hold on. Hold this one. If I give you your form line, you go tell me thank you first now. Okay, sir. Hold this one. And hold this one. Okay, let's face them, please. Let's face them. Okay, good. You can hold this. Now, how many of you have seen market women looking at money like this before? Looking at banknote like this? How many of you have seen it before? Market women. Do you know what they are looking at? You don't know, right? Okay. So hold this up. Now, this is a Nigerian note you have with you. Am I right? Do you have any Ghanaian note here? These are all Nigerian notes. I want you to look at it very well. Just tell me 2 security features. You know, he had the story of Grace. What happened to Grace? Because you could not differentiate between counterfeit note and genuine note. Is that not so? Good. Now, beyond buying bread, beyond buying the chaka for your girlfriend, beyond, maybe what you give me for my birthday, beyond that, tell me security features you find on this banknote you are holding. Just 2, only 2. I start from you, sir. Security features, only 2.
Good afternoon, all. What I've seen here, I recognize the numbers.
Number, yes.
And also recognize the date of this, the year of this naira. Like this one, I see 2025 year.
Okay.
And also recognize the numbers here that is based in this naira note.
Okay, that's the only thing you can see. God bless you. Yes, Adwaya. Security features you can see on that note. Hold that money with pride. You know, easy. Only you 100,000 naira.
Yeah, the triangle shape.
Huh?
The triangle shape on the 1,000 naira note.
Okay, what do you call it?
Pardon?
What do you call it?
The triangle.
Okay, the triangle. Okay.
And the golden mark on the note
The
as well.
golden stamp,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't know the name, right?
Pardon?
You don't know the name.
No, no.
Okay. Is that okay?
Okay, so what I can recognize here is the silver. So
The silver. What is the name? You
I
don't know, right?
don't know the
Good.
name.
Okay.
I think there is a coat of arms.
Coat of arms.
Yes, and the picture of Nnamdi Azikiwe also appeared, but not too physical. It is a kind of an embossed something.
All
like
right.
that.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. They've all done well. Can you please clap for them? Clap for them, please. Now, can you now see that an average Nigerian can fall a victim to counterfeit note? Do you agree with me now? An average Nigerian can easily fall a victim to counterfeit note. For you not to fall a victim, you must familiarize yourself with the security features on the bank note. Good. I'm going to go through that briefly. Before I do that, I want to say, can you please go back to your seat? Thank you. Just go with that money. Go with that money. Come on, your own is small. Come on, let me add something to your own. Let me add something. Or I should not worry. She said I should not worry. I should not worry. Women are money. Women are money. I should worry. Oh my God. She's not saying it, but she's not going nowhere. She said, I'm going nowhere. I should worry. Oh, let me worry. Okay. Okay. Let me worry. Go in peace and sin no more. All right. So let's quickly see one or two things. Flip. Now, what you call, it says there's something inside. That golden part is called kilogram. What do I call it? Kilogram. Counterfeiters can never get that. When you are given a note, like 1,000 naira note, most especially, what it counterfeit mostly is 1,500. They don't have business with 200 and 100 naira. No. It's 1,000. That golden part is called kilogram. And inside of it, you have what? Nigerian coat of arms. Okay? And secondly, if you look at 1,000 naira, you see the image of these two past governors inside. The white place is called the watermark. Now, the image is inside that note. It came with the paper. If you want to call it paper, but it's actually cotton. Our money is cotton, not just normal paper. It came with that paper, so it's inside. What Canafita does is to emboss it at the back. Because they cannot get the paper, they emboss it at the back of the note. So when somebody gives you a bank note, you want to find out whether it is genuine or not, familiarize yourself with the security word features. These are what secured our bank note. And also you have the metallic widow thread. That the metallic thread, that is silver one. When you raise it up, it's broken from the outside, but inside is a straight line inside. So when you are given a note, you raise it up, see that the line is broken inside and it's a counterfeit. Okay? I'm not going to stress your imagination, but if you want to know more about this, go to www.cbn.gov.ng and type security features of our bank note. You are going to see all these things. So please, so you not fall a victim of grace. Achalugo, again, endeavor to familiarize yourself with the features of our bank note. Am I clear on that? Are we good on that? All right, let's go to the next slide, please. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, please. Keep going. Good. Naira abuse. This is a major problem we are facing today in this country. People abuse Naira. You can see the way my Nairas are very, very neat. And that sweetheart said, I'm not going until you bless me again. Okay? And she did not go until I bless her. Now, Naira abuse is a major problem we have in this country. People abuse Naira. Now, look at it. How do they abuse Naira? For example, look at what you have there. People write on banknotes. I've seen a young man that talked to a lady inside Keke. The lady was so beautiful. I was also eyeing the girl. Hello, off record. I was also eyeing the girl, and the guy was also eyeing the girl. So there was two eyeing inside keke. You know what he did? He brought out our bank and said, "Give me your name." The guy gave the young man a name, and she wrote the name Chioma Keke, and she put the phone number. I was like, "What?" I mean, I had my complimentary card inside my pocket. I could not bring it out any longer because somebody has written was Chioma Keke on a bank note. I said, "What was he doing?" Most of us here are guilty of this. Most of us are guilty of this. We have turned our banknote to writing pad. So we write whatever you want on our banknote. It's called what? Naira abuse. And if you do not, let me tell you, a police officer can arrest you for this offense and you can be prosecuted. Hope you are aware of that. Now, the second one, look at that. A woman selling oil grab our Naira note, even with a stained hand. And we're also guilty of this, most of us. You will be eating with one hand, connecting your chain with another hand, stay with oil, and you stain the entire note. It's called soiling. And the more you do this to our Naira, it's showing that Naira is not what is not respected. It's a Naira abuse. We staple the Naira, we write on the Naira, and you see that one? We even spray the Naira anyhow. We are not against you doing Owambe, you dance, or you dig it out, you go to club, or those stuff. We are not against it. It's fine. It's your life. It's your money. But we are against you spraying our Naira in parties. Officers, am I right? Yes, we are against it. Don't spray our Naira. Now, when you spray the Naira, somebody will work on the Naira, they will trek on it, they will do anything they want on the Naira. And we say Naira is our pride. It is what? Naira abuse. And it's a problem for us. The last one there, I saw a young lady in Nasarawa some time ago. Went for an assignment. As I was coming out from the hall, I saw a lady. She was on white, very beautiful lady, very, very beautiful. If you see that lady, you go toast her. You go toast her. Very fine lady. She was just doing, and suddenly a young man came out from the inside the car, and was also on white. And she went on his news. What did I see? Money bouquet. What? Who does that? Money what? Money bouquet. I thought I was expecting him to come out with ring or flower or anything, but he came out with this. This is pure Naira abuse. I said, oh boy, this cannot happen here. Before I opened my eyes, what happened to them? They disappeared. And I felt, oh, I have destroyed the love of two lover birds. But that isn't my fault. That is my worry. But you must understand that all this that you do is called is what? Naira abuse. I have seen guys, I've seen ladies on TikTok, on YouTube, that ask people to come and learn how to do money bouquet. Please let this be known to you. If you are arrested, you are going to go to prison, 6 months. If police decide to arrest you, go to prison 6. By the time you return from that prison, there will be a change in your name. You now become ex-convict Adewale, ex-convict Ibon, ex-convict Victor. And nobody will marry an ex-convict any longer. So please get this very clearly. And again, buying and selling of Naira. I saw this in Benin City some time ago, a place called Ring Road in Benin City. It was more like a market square. People are buying and selling of Naira. It's against the law. We do not encourage this, and we say no. It's an abuse of the Naira. And what happens? If you are caught doing this, you charge 50,000 Naira, and you can also go to jail along with 50,000 Naira. You are what? You are fined off. So Naira abuse is a crime against our economy. It's a crime against the nation. And it's a crime against all of us. Now, when you abuse my Naira, for example, I can't do anything with that Naira any longer. My bank refused to take it from me. Customer refused to take it from me. Then what happens to my business? It cripples my business. When my business goes down, a part of the Nigeria economy is also what? Also go down. Nigeria economy is made up of those small businesses that you see. Recharge card, food vendors, the big companies. That's what makes Nigeria economy. So by the time you start destroying our Naira, it's coming out what? You are beginning to kill the economy gradually. And this is what we are saying, no. We must change the culture of people handling our Naira in a very wrong way. Naira must be properly handled and handled well. Let's move to the next slide. Let's look at this. DJ.
Make we no stay in our home. Make we no write on them. Make we no squeeze our bone. Make we no go tear. Manula, 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 well. king and well. This our naira, oh. Now we cry.
My people, make we dey handle our naira with care. Naira note no be writing pad. Make we know the right on top am. No squeeze am. Arrange am well. Keep our naira clean. Keep am neat.
Manula, well. Keep am well. This our naira, oh. Now we cry.
This message now from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
We are going to do that as a Nigerian family now. Okay? I will have. Do you have any choreographer here? Any choreographer? Somebody that dance to show now, show your talent now. Why are they for? Any choreographer here? Any choreographer? Nobody? As big as all. Oh, Nigeria. Let's all stand up, please. Let's all stand up. Are we together? Are you with me? Are you with me? Good. We're going to sing that song. But before you do that, quietly take your right arm, put inside your pocket. Put your right hand inside your pocket. Bring out your wallet and bring out a note. I like your style, sir. Your money is everywhere. Your money is. Bring out one note. Just a note. Bring out just one note. I love coppers, so they have money now. Coppers are rich, oh. I can't envy coppers. This life, I can't envy coppers. Sir. Bring out your note. Let me see the note. Any note, 1,500, 200. Officer. Good. This one, now woman, they give my money. I need to give my money. Now woman. All right, bring out a note. Bring out a note. Are we all there? Let me see the note. Nigerians are very rich, oh. I'm seeing more of 200, 100 naira. Why people are like this now? I'm even see 15 naira at the back there with one copper. 15 naira. A copper, 15 naira. Bros. Good. All right. We are going to sing that song like this. Okay? You hold the note like this. Then you sing that song. DJ, are we there? You will sing the song. We are going to raise the notes. And we are going to end it with a pledge to Naira, which I'm going to tell us. Are we good to go? DJ, want to go?
Make we no stay now, oh.
Make we no right on am.
Make we no squeeze our bone.
Let's go.
Make we no go tear. Manula, well. Keep on well.
This our Naira, oh. Now we cry.
My people, make we dey handle
DJ.
our naira with care. Naira note.
DJ, we are going to take it again, but this time around, 3 coppers will join me here. A policeman will stand by me. A soldier will stand by me. People from industry will stand by me. And 2 farmers will stand by me. Please, the military, the police, please. The police should please join us. Good. Why am I attracting more women now? Why am I attracting women? Why am I attracting women? You gave me 15 naira? 15 naira? You get mine though. Okay, let's come closer. All right. God bless my sister, you sabi. So raise your note up. Let's come back a bit. We are all representing Nigeria, all sectors of economy. The corporate, the market women, the farmers, right? Very good. And the future of tomorrow. They are wires. Okay, so I'm going to take that song twice. Make sure your hand is up. If you don't have, borrow, but try and pay back. DJ, can we go? Sing it now.
Make we no stay now, make we no right on am, make we no squeeze am, make we no go tear am. Anula, manula, manula, well, keep on well. It's our naira, oh, now we cry.
The last time, DJ. The last one. Let's go.
Make we no stay now, make we no right on am, make we no squeeze am, make we no go tear am. Anula, manula, manula, well, keep on well. It's our naira, oh, now we pride.
Say to yourself, Nigeria is my country. Nigeria is my country. And naira is our money. I will handle the naira with pride, with integrity, with respect. So help me God. I'm Paul Onoha. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul Onoha. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Paul for that very engaging and entertaining presentation, from the story to the dancing. Yes, his presentation was fun. We thank you very much. Okay, it's time for question and answers. All those questions that you've been writing down, it's time to ask them. I think some ushers are going around to collect the papers, so please give them the questions so we can take them. There is a QR code on the screen. Please take it, use your phones, scan it, and fill the survey. We will now invite, they are not quite ready, but shortly we will invite our speakers to go back up the stage and sit down so that they can address our questions as they come. Okay. We'll be partial a little bit to those who cannot read, if there's anyone like that. So we'll allow those ones to ask their questions verbally. For the rest, please write your questions and we will take them. Are we ready? Do we have questions? Who is collating? You're the one collating. Can I have those ones you have already? Okay. Our presenters, you could please make your way up. You could please make your way up, our presenters, as we get ready to answer the questions. I have only 2 papers here. Where are all the papers? I expect it's like 50 papers. What's going on? Let's have the questions written. Let's have the questions written. We will allow those who aren't literate to ask with the mic. Okay. All right. Our market women there. When I get question, if I get question, make I say on a hand. On a day, when I get question, what I want to ask. You get question. Wait, want ask one of these people. Yeah, one, make one of una come. Person will get the question. Wanna come. Come now. Come ask the question.
I said he wants to ask you.
No, you can't ask. If you can write, you should write it.
See, it will be better express paraphrase the question I want to ask, and specifically I want to ask through the question for clarification.
But you know what, many people.
No, you can quickly paraphrase. It's going to be few something. Let us take it and.
That's what I'm saying. We're close to getting there.
If I want to write it, I may write it.
Sorry.
Right. Yes, please. One of the reasons why we're saying you should write the question is so that we will take it back and also write the answer and spread it. Yes, this program is holding here, but the outcome of this program is beyond here. You are representatives of Nigeria, and the questions you have are indicative of the questions that Nigerians have. So we don't just want to answer the question for you, we want to answer the question for the whole of Nigeria, which is why we're saying write it down so that we can have a record of it and also a record of the response when we get back. So please write the questions, they will be answered. The only people who will give the mics to are those who can't write. For any such person can come and we will give the person the opportunity. Where does my women? Or I don't write on our own. And I don't write on our own. Our traders, our farmers, our market women. If on I don't write, no wahala, better. But if on I never write, on a if you can ask the question by its mouth, I dare they wait. Just show me your hand. Just show me your hand. You can't ask. Yes. All right. So while we're still collating the question, we will take a quick comment from Prince Basi Nwan, the chairman of All Farmers Association of Nigeria.
Great farmers, no farmer, no woman, no man. Thank you so much. I'm delighted this afternoon to appreciate the CBN for this wonderful event. You can't go without asking questions or making comments. Comptroller, we really appreciate your effort to bring up this event. Please, we want to make a request that we need those papers that were presented here, our email, please. It's very important. You know, we used a short period of time to teach all those things. You may need to go and reappraise it to understand more. My question is, I thank God this CBN. Everything about commercial banks comes from the CBN. Most time we stay in our different houses, we see our money being deducted for this and that. The charges now are so high. SMS and all this, especially one particular bank. I don't want to mention the name of the bank here. They will charge you every month not less than 420 naira. Sometimes 1,000 naira plus. Is there anything that can be done to bring down these charges? This charge is so excessive. It's getting out of hand. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Okay, we're going to hand over the mic now. You remember I said we're colleagues, but for the larger society. Thank you very much. Bring as many as have questions, just bring them. Just bring them. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, once again. I would just like us all to listen because I know even if you were not the one that asked the question, I know that you would gain from the answers that will be provided. So the first question I have here is if a customer is given a list of options to choose from, and he chooses the least best option, is it the job of the banker to advise the customer on the best option? So I'll tell you, it's the duty of the bank to tell you all the options available and then leave you to make your choice. They can advertise to you that, oh, this is better than this, or this is better than this. But it is up to you to read it and make sure that you understand it. Because you know, some of these bankers, they can actually give you what is going to profit their organization. So that's why I said it is up to you to read and understand what you are going into. The second question I have here is, how safe is our NIN and BVN, as these are major information required in filling most forms nowadays? The safety of your NIN and your BVN is compromised if you give it to an unregulated entity. So it is safe with any regulated entity that you give it to, because we already told them they have a duty to keep your information safe. The only time your NIN and BVN is not safe is if you give it out or you allow someone else to know it. Another question I have here is, it says USSD session fee is $6.98, and it is rather expensive for a channel that promotes cheap payment options. So what this person says is the fee should be daily to promote adoption. So I will tell us today, the infrastructure that the USSD relies on, it has to be maintained. And the only way these banks can maintain this infrastructure is by taking this $6.98. But I think we know now that the $6.98 kobo does not come from your account anymore. It comes from your airtime. I hope we are aware. So I think that's the reason why. So it's now NCC that is taking this and maintaining the infrastructure. The next question I have here is, how long does it take to make refunds if a financial institution is closed? So it says, for example, Heritage Bank customers are yet to be refunded. So, you know, before, let's say, bank customers of banks that have been shut down can get their funds, let's say, the properties owned by those banks will have to be liquidated first by AMCON before they would be able to now settle all the customers. So until they are able to liquidate all the assets of this bank, they may not be able to pay all the beneficiaries, but they would give you the amounts that NDIC insured. They will give you the amount that NDIC insured. So another person says contactless payment. How safe is contactless payment? It is safe, but you just have to make sure that you keep your cards safe and don't allow people to steal your cards or to make use of it. So I'll just take one question and then pass it over to my other colleagues. It says, you have told us of other financial institutions. So it says, please, I want to know if OPE and others are among this group, and most of them have no offices around us. In case any transaction fails, how do we contact this group? So OPE, MoneyPoint, the PalmPay, and the rest, they are regulated financial institutions. I think some of them have the microfinance bank license. And what I will just tell you to do is make sure you check that any institution is regulated from the CBN website before you bank with them. So OPE is regulated, MoneyPoint is regulated, PalmPay is regulated, and they have channels that you can use to reach out to them, even if they don't have the physical office space. Some of them have the mobile number. Some of them have social media. Some of them have emails that you can use to reach out to them. So these institutions are safe. So I'll just pass the mic to my other colleagues and then I'll take the other questions later. So this question says, what is the accountability system of the government to the masses upon their investment in their program? And then the second one, it says, do I know the road or school that no money is used for? And then the third one is, does this program work regionally? And are the funds generated regionally and deployed regionally?
So I believe the person is requesting or asking about the government sukuk bonds. Before a sukuk bond is listed, a project is first identified. After the project is identified, an evaluation is done and a costing is done. So before the government comes out to say we're doing Calabar, Uyo Ikotekpede Road, for example, and listing that bond, it is made public. You know the exact projects it is going into. And if you feel a sense of civic responsibility to be involved in that project, you get yourself involved. The beauty of the project is that whenever a sukuk bond is raised for a particular project, you can be rest assured that that project will be completed. It is not like the cases of where we have abandoned projects or the funding or the tellers budget is being diverted to a more pressing need. When money is raised for a sukuk project, it must be used for that project specifically. Then in the case of if it is regional or not, sukuk projects are not regionally based. It's just dependent on where the project is situated. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a lot of questions here. And it's interesting that people are showing a lot of interest in monetary policy. It's a very good sign. Okay, so one of the questions here is asking, how does the CBN decide the right time to increase or reduce interest rates? And what factors influence that decision? Okay, so in terms of decision on increasing or reducing interest rates, it depends on a lot of factors. And these factors are categorized into factors that happens in the global economic environment. We also have factors that are peculiar to the Nigerian economy, which are domestic environment factors. We also look at the outlook of the economy, where we think the economy is heading. Remember I talked about lag and the fact that whatever decision you are taking takes time to work itself through the system. So outlook is very important for you to be able to deal with that lag. And then lastly, you look at your pressure points and the economic risk factors that you face. So all of these are some of the things that we look at before taking a decision. Let me give you a small example. If we have an environment where we believe that the system, the money supply is very high, what we do is to look at what growth do we expect in that money supply, and if there are channels through which these monies can be deployed without causing instability in the system, we leave it. But if you believe that the quantum of money can create instability, then we'll take action on that to ensure that the risk factors that have been identified do not materialize. So these are some of the things. Another question was talking about when inflation goes up, how does the CBN balance between controlling prices and supporting economic growth? Dealing with inflation and economic growth is very dicey. It's what we call the policy trade-off, which means by the time you are trying to deal with one, the other one becomes a problem. If you have prices that are increasing uncontrollably, is very bad for the system. But things that you can use to deal with that will lead to reduction in economic growth. So what you do is to create a balance between what you want to achieve in terms of price stability and what you want to achieve in economic growth. That trade-off will always be there. You cannot remove it. Uh, Another one is, how does the monetary policy rate really affect the commercial bank charge? Because commercial banks come to they come to the central bank to borrow and deposit. We are their bankers. So whatever interest rate we give them has a bearing on the interest rate that they give to the market. So this is how it works. How does the CBN measure if its monetary policy decisions are working as planned when the prices of goods are still up? Yes, we have what we call policy impact assessment, which we do very regularly on a daily basis to see what kind of impacts our policies are having and if there's a need for us to make some changes. So these are parts and parcel of the entire policy process. So I'll give it to my colleague to also answer because there are a lot more questions here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me quickly go to a few of the questions I have here. And the first question is that, say, I see people iron naira note with pressing iron. Is it good to do so? The answer is completely no. Now, in the banknote, that I said, there are some security features you see on the surface of our banknote. There are three layers of security features on our banknote. The first one is the one you see with your naked eye. The second one you can only see with machine. And the third level is known to only Central Bank of Nigeria, not even all the staff. Okay? So when you start ironing the banknote with iron, you'll be destroying the security note inside the banknote. And that, renders it, very ineffective to be used in the economy. So the point is, don't iron our banknote. What you must do, make sure you deposit your banknote regularly to your bank. Your bank will mop up this note, bring them to central bank. Central bank will sort out this note into fit and unfit notes. The unfit note will be destroyed by the central bank, and the fit note will be returned to circulation. Okay? So when you deposit your note regularly to bank, we'll be able to separate the fit and the unfit note. So I think that one answers your question. The second one is that, why is it that money is not circulating around in the country? Now, we have enough cash in the economy. I can assure you that Central Bank of Nigeria have enough cash. Last week, we did sensitization in Abuja, telling the public not to panic because there's enough cash to take care of you in the public. And not only that, we also follow up with spot checks on commercial banks to actually find out whether they are giving out cash to the public as expected. On various occasions, we have caught some commercial banks. They loaded their ATM, with cash. But inside, they wrap the cash with nylon. They wrap them. So, and they left the money there. So when you go there, you won't be able to even access the cash. And the cash will be there. So we got them, and the central bank governor did not waste time finding those banks 150 million naira cash. Okay, they were debited. So the point is that we have enough cash to take care of everybody's needs in the economy. And Central Bank of Nigeria is carrying out spot check on commercial banks to make sure that they serve your best interest. So there's enough cash in the economy. Now the third one, before I hand over the microphone, he said, why is money bouquet part of naira abuse? Why do POS charge interest? Why buying of money is part of naira abuse? And he also said, why is spraying of money part of naira abuse? And he said, why are we just coming up with it now? Now, the issue of POS charging you interest or charging you commission when you withdraw from them is normal because they also have, like the payment system person explained, they also have an agent at the end. You insert your ATM card and you press your code, and before you know it, there's a debit. It's not a miracle. Okay? You don't need to pray about it. It's not a miracle. But there's some infrastructures on ground between your bank and the other bank that makes that transaction possible. And that is why they charge. So the POS guy just charging probably is maybe extra 15 naira, whatever he's doing. So that is not the sale of money. The sale of money, yes, when individuals gather the banknote, and what they do is that They sell 100,000 to you, okay, at the rate of let's say 150,000, 120,000 naira. That is sale of cash, okay, especially mint note. And what we do is this: before we used to, gather policemen and other military, agencies to pursue these guys. But we felt we could do it in a better way. So what we do, we don't need to run after them. We go into various clubs. We go into different areas. We'll buy this note from them. We are going to buy the note up from them. We'll bring it to Central Bank of Nigeria and we'll subject it to our mint tracking system. With our system, we know the bank that give out that note to you. We don't speak to you any longer. We debit the bank straight. I witnessed a case where a bank was debited 450 million naira in a month, and they cried to CBN. But the facts are there because we don't just work based on rule of thumb. We work based on data. Okay, so every note, every mint note outside there, Central Bank of Nigeria have their record. We have the record of every mint note outside, and we can track it. So we have that capacity internally to do that. Okay, so that is for buying and selling of notes. Then the issue of money bouquet. The purpose of Naira note is to facilitate transaction. It's not for decoration. I don't know how on earth somebody will feel that the only way to impress a woman is to, come up with money bouquet. You can give a woman a ring, give her wristwatch, give her something else, not money bouquet. You can even package that money. And ladies tend to respect this the more. When you give a lady mint note, package in an envelope and you serve them, it gives them a kind of joy rather than folding Nigerian note and say you are doing money bouquet. It's totally against the law of this nation. And I think CBN is not a law enforcement agency, but the police, being our friend, are being careful to see whether the citizens will actually change their ways. But luck may run out of you when you run to a policeman who doesn't want to accommodate your excesses any longer, and he can arrest you on the spot. And we are sending this message again to all the bakers outside there that is an abuse. So just pray that a policeman will not arrest you one day. If you are arrested, then a policeman has a law that backs up that is duty because CBN Act said that it's an abuse and you can be arrested for it and be tried and possibly be jailed for that action. And lastly, on that, this we're not just coming up with this idea that spraying, that bouquet, that stamping is an Arab. It has been there. But it's discovered that people don't have enough information. And that's why we are here all the way from Abuja to come and sensitize people about, this Naira abuse. We've done this activity in Kano. We did this in Lagos and Abeokuta. And we are still going to do it in more states in Nigeria, sensitizing the people because knowledge is power. Okay, so it's not just what we talked about today. It has been there in the law that established Central Bank of Nigeria. Naira abuse is a no-no to Central Bank of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
All right. So we have some questions here on the payment system. First question, what can CBN do to improve digital services to avoid system failure? So the CBN regulates these payment institutions and regulates banks. So we go for supervision, on-site and off-site supervision to check their infrastructure and ensure that these infrastructures can carry out these transactions that are cumbersome. So we regulate them from time to time. Second question, what is CBN doing in curbing the activities of POS operators? So yesterday, the CBN released a new guideline on the agent banking, and we have some pointers there that I'll just highlight. So there's one pointer that is talking about geo-tagging. That means that agents will no more be freely moving around, moving their devices from one place to another without the permission of their principal. That is the person who they are acting on behalf of. And the CBN needs to be aware of that movement. So you cannot register your POS, for example, in Bauchi, and then relocate to Onitsha with that POS and to work. So you can't do that. Your POS is going to be registered in a particular location, and that is where it will be. That's where you carry out your business. Any movement from that location where it's registered, the CBN needs to be aware and the principal needs to be aware of it. Another core activity or other core difference in this new agent banking guideline is that agents will no more be allowed to have multiple principals. This is to allow us to properly supervise the activities of agents. So it will be one principal to one agent. So if any fraud or any misconduct happen in a particular agent location, the CBN will be able to track down that transaction easily down to who that agent is. We have dedicated accounts now that will be supplied by the principal. We have dedicated accounts that will be supplied by the principal. So no more transfer of money to just any account. It has to be the account that the principal has selected for their agent to transact, carry out transactions in. So these are just some of the highlights of the new guideline. It was just released yesterday. Further information, you can go read the guideline. It's on our website. Is there a difference between mobile banking and mobile transfer? Mobile transfer is one of the activities involved in mobile banking. It's just the movement of money from one place to another. What exactly is mobile banking? It means carrying out financial transactions with your mobile device. So it's the same thing. How can we effectively make use of our e-Naira wallet from funding to withdrawing? Can it also be used for online payment? Currently, the eNaira version 1 is undergoing a restructuring, so the eNaira is not operational right now. How safe is the contactless payment since we won't use PIN to make transaction? What if unknowingly my card went missing or stolen by someone? Can it be accessed by that person that stole my card? So, like one of my colleagues, the consumer protection, when he was doing his presentation, he talked about the rights and responsibilities of customers. So, it is your responsibility as a customer to keep your card and your devices secure. So, moreover, the contactless payments are encrypted. And like I said earlier in my presentation, we have limits that can be carried out through the contactless payments. Any other transaction that is above that limit, you have to enter a PIN. People who enroll their BVN under agent banking, how do they modify their details? You go to the bank and make those modifications. The payment system vision 2028, what is it about? The entrepreneurial opportunity and how can one key into the PSV to build business? So the payment system vision is a strategy document. It provides a guide or a roadmap for Nigeria on how we want our payment system to be. So we had the Payment Vision 2020, which started in 2006. Then we had the Payment Vision 2025, which we developed in 2020 to give us a vision of how we wanted our payment system to be in the next 5 years. So the next payment vision is the Vision 2028. Which will come into operation when Division 2025 rounds down this year. So some of the highlights or some of the goals of this new Vision 2025 is the financial inclusion, you have innovation, you have cross-border infrastructure and interoperability, regulation and cybersecurity. So as businesses, you can take advantage of some of these goals that we have in our payment system and create products around them. Moreover, this is still ongoing. We're still working on the payment system vision 2028, and we're having engagements with stakeholders with regards to this. Okay, thank you.
I have here two people asking for approved microfinance bank in Akwa Ibom State, especially Uyo environs. There are, in the city here, I know of Uni Uyo. I think it is the biggest one. It's in the campus. University of Uyo Microfinance Bank. There is Ibom Fadama. There is Cash Rights. There is Providence. If you are not sure of a bank that is marketing you and saying that they are microfinance bank licensed by the CBN, use a code star 959 hash, star 959 hash. Follow the prompts, star 959 hash. It will ask you, you put one. It will ask you financial institutions registered. Respond, reply, put one again until it takes you to a page where you can type in the name of the institution. If somebody is marketing you saying that their bank is XYZ Microfinance Bank, you dial star 959 hash, put one again until it asks you the name of that bank. You type it in and reply. It will bring out a response telling you this is XYZ Microfinance Bank Limited. That confirms that it is licensed by the CBN. Another person is saying, I've saved money using app. What will be my fate if it folds up? Every microfinance bank that is licensed by the CBN have their deposits insured by the NDIC. And it is to the level of 2 million. So if you want to diversify your risk, if you are saving with ABC Microfinance Bank, you save maximum 2 million. If you are saving with XYZ Microfinance Bank, you save 2 million. NDIC, the maximum that they insure for microfinance bank is 2 million. So any microfinance bank that you are saving with, whether you are using their app or you are going into their office, a brick and wall banking, all the deposits are insured. The app they are using is just a channel to reach out to their customers. Somebody is asking about mortgage loan. Is there a universally regulated interest rate by the CBN? Don't forget that these banks are business people that established them. So they lend according to what the market is doing. But if you go to a primary mortgage bank, there is IBOM's Resource Savings and Loans here. If you go to a primary mortgage bank, you can through them access the NHF. Microfinance bank don't do NHF, but the primary mortgage bank do NHF. That is the one that has a standardized rate. The rate is 6%. So anybody that has, if you are working, there is a deduction from your salary, that is NHF. That gives you access for NHF loan. So an all primary mortgage bank can offer you loan through that medium. This one says, does all the microfinance bank operate on same interest percentage for loans? No. Even in a microfinance bank, they can give me a loan 6% and give you a loan 9%. They have assessed me and saw that the risk is lower. So the most important thing is having access. Once you start having business transactions with them, they gave you the first time and you repaid it the time you're supposed to repay it, you can come back and tell them, the rate you gave me is high. I did not default. Please, I want a better rate. You negotiate your rates down. It is done in microfinance bank. They don't give a flat rate unless the product is a special product that the bank is charging as such. This person said, are there disciplinary actions or punishments meted to MFB who refuse to loan money to individuals? Yes, we discipline them. We even give them financial penalty. We give them financial penalty. So once you are having a business relationship with a microfinance bank, they take your deposit, then you have saved with them 2 3 months. You have every right to walk up to the manager there and say, I need a loan. They are the one that will ask you, what are you doing? They will come to your shop or your business or wherever and, you know, review your application, appraise your capacity, and they will give you loan. This person said a colleague of mine borrowed money from online MFB, finished repayment since early last year, but his money is still being deducted. Please meet my colleague in consumer protection. If you have paid down a loan and you are still being charged, then something is wrong. I am a trader. What should I do before loan is given to me to expand my business? Approach a bank. Go to any microfinance bank. Open an account with them. Let them know what you are doing and let them know of any assistance they can render to you financially to boost your business. Does the CBN give loans to people with business ideas? Well, it is the banks that gives loan. But if CBN has a developmental program that they want to do for a specific people, they communicate that. Somebody also asked about grants. That's people approach them that they have monies with CBN as grants. If CBN is giving a grant, they don't give it to individuals. If CBN is offering you a grant, there must be a channel at which they are doing it. They are doing it to the public. They will make it public. So don't fall a victim to somebody that will tell you, bring this or bring this contribution, that they have somebody that is processing grants in CBN. If you see something like that, CBN is in every of the main cities. That is the capital of every state. You can walk into any branch and verify. This is what they are telling us. You verify before you commit your money. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will take a few more questions from consumer protection and then we'll wrap up this session. Thank you.
Thank you. The first question I see here is from the core members. They said Access Bank delays in remitting their allowances until the middle of the following month, that we should inquire why this is happening. So this may be happening because maybe maybe they don't get the funds on time to be able to remit it to the core members. But I need to tell you again, I think you should be at liberty to be able to switch from one bank to another if you are not comfortable with whatever one bank is doing. So that's why I said you have a right to choose. It's your right to choose. You should be able to change to another bank if you feel like your bank isn't serving you right. But we'll find out more about this and then we would make changes where necessary. So the next question I can see here is what measures is the CBN taking to protect consumers from predatory lending practices? So when you say predatory lending, the only people that does predatory lending are unregulated entities. No regulated entity in Nigeria would give you loans higher than the monetary policy rate, higher than the rate that the central bank has told them to take. So if you are getting, let's say, very high rates from loan sharks, as the CBN, we will tell you that there's nothing we can do for you because they are not regulated. It's just like someone opened a business and decides that I want to be giving people loan. Whatever rate the person decides to charge, it is up to you, the customer, to decide if you want to take that loan at that high interest rate or not. We should just try our best to only take loans from regulated entities so that you will be able to be charged at an appropriate interest rate. Any rate that is higher than the MPR by, let's say, is it 2% or how many, you should know that that is quite high. So make sure you do not take loans from loan sharks, loan apps, and the rest. And we know that sometimes they post people's picture and then they put obituary and the rest. We know it is not good, but always try your best to make sure that you do not take loans from predatory apps. And I know that FCCPC, they are doing something currently for the consumers to make sure that maybe they don't get intimidated by these entities. So would still continue to press further. So the second question here is, how does CBN balance the need for financial inclusion with financial and the need for financial stability